versus course of violence, but we must do work. We must get out there and we must forge peace. We must stop exterminating one another. We must stop all of this madness, because at the end of the day, we have only ourselves to blame. We must have a do or die attitude, as we were as street warriors, to rebuild our culture and to create a new lasting legacy, a legacy of peace.
The music you want, the information you need.
Yes, London, welcome back, welcome back. You know how we do it each and every Thursday? It's the Breaking the Spell show from 2 till 4. It is 2 till 4. From 2 till 4. And every Sunday from 10 a.m. till 12 noon. On a Thursday, you know, we bring you just information via CDs or DVDs, or we bring an interview. Today we've got just that as promised. We've got a brother by the name of Natural Tahuti, who I'm going to be you know, we're going to start the interview in a matter of seconds or minutes. You know, he's online, he's live, he's here, he's ready to go. But let me just introduce the show. You know, it's the Breaking the Spell show. It's sponsored by the All Eyes on Egypt bookstore down there in Halsden that sponsors this show. And you know, the bookstore down there, we do classes each and every Thursday from 6:30 until 8:30, and each and every Sunday from 3:30 until 6:30. So come down today if you can, if you got the time, take part in that class. You know how it goes. It's question and answers. It's not a lecture format. We don't dictate what people should know. We give you the opportunity to ask your questions. We give you informed answers so that you can go away and actually research these things for yourself. Check these things out. It's no longer, you know, the time and day that we're in, we should no longer simply be sitting back and just accepting information from everywhere and anywhere, you know, and that even goes for myself. You know, when you hear something, check it out for yourself. This show is set to inspire you to go out there and research, and that's what it's about. Each one, teach one. You know, so welcome. If you're a first-time listener, and if you're an established listener, welcome back. Welcome back. You know, now I'm going to jump into the interview. I've got a brother by the name of Natural Tahuti, you know, and he's connected live from the United States. I've got him via video link on the Skype, and he's in his full military attire. So I want to say welcome, brother. You know, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. How are you doing today?
How you doing, my brother?
I'm good.
Great.
Natural Tahuti. I mean, London. Have you ever been to London before, first and foremost?
I've been out there. Not in this lifetime.
Okay.
You know what yeah.
Well, what I would like to say, you know, welcome to the show. One of the things that we have to do first and foremost is to introduce you to London and the rest of the world. This show is listened all over the place, in the Caribbean, in the US, and in Europe via internet connection. So, you know, it's a wide audience, and it's well listened to in this area of London. So one of the first things that I want you to do is really introduce yourself to our listeners. Who is Natural Tahuti, and what are you about?
That's great. Thank you, my brother. First and foremost, I want to thank the Breaking the Spell show for having me on this show. I'm very appreciative of that. To my listening audience, my name is Natural Tahuti, a.k.a. the son of Sekhmet, a.k.a. the seed of Kalima. And my name denotes who I am and what my mission is. Number one, I'm a revolutionary. So that's why most of the time you'll see I'm donning militant garb, because we are at war. So my name, Natural Tahuti, or natural, is just the same as nature. That just means the original black man in his original form. The natural man, the black man. And Tahuti is the god of wisdom, or the god who represents the great mother. The son of Sekhmet. Sekhmet is a deity from outer ancient Kemet who is a destroyer. She was once said to have come in such a rage that she had to be calmed down because she was going to destroy all of mankind. And when I say the seed of Kalima, Kali Ma is the same deity as Sekhmet. Only difference is that Kali Ma is in the Indus Valley, the Indus Kush Valley, which is now today called India. But these are the same deities because those from the Indus Kush Valley and those from the Down Valley are virtually the same people. So their deities were definitely the same, different names, but the same terminologies and ideologies are the same. So Sekhmet makes no apology. I make no apology for when I come to teach about the Great Mother. So a lot of people, especially the men, they get it twisted. They think that Tahuti is coming to denigrate men. They talking about, I'm trying to destroy the black man. That's all ludicrous. I am a black man. No homo, homie. Feel me? But I come in the spirit of Sekhmet, because in order to bring and put the Great Mother back on her throne, it's going to take that vigilant revolutionary warrior who makes no apology for the black woman being God. This is the spirit in which I am invoked. This is the spirit in which the Great Mother has possessed me with, and this is why I come with that fiery, no apology about the black woman being God. So I don't denigrate black men. It's going to take those black men who are consciously aware, who are studying, and who are mature to raise the level of their energy to get on board. Because thus far, the woman has been subjugated for at least 4,000 to 6,000 years. She has been subjugated for at least 4,000 to 6,000 years. But preemptively before that, the black woman, her reign was supreme. When there was no other God, there was the Great Mother. And I brought a lot of scholarship here for you today, so that, we'll get into that a little bit later, but so that's introducing myself, why I call myself that, and why I present myself in that particular order.
Thank you. By default, as you broke down the name, natural meaning Neter and Tahuti being the deity of wisdom, by default then in your explanation, your name are the Neter Tahuti. You're saying then that you're here to bring a certain type of wisdom back to the world, or would I be right in saying that?
You are correct.
Right. Now, so you seem to lean in onto both perspectives. You have the what I would say the Tamarian or the Egyptian perspective, and you also lean towards, you mentioned the Indus Kush or India. You mentioned, can you clear that up so people can have a better understanding? Spend some time and go through that so that people understand how that link takes place, because a lot of people will look at the demographics and the people from those areas and say, well, one has woolly here and the other has straight here. Can you please explain and break down where you're coming from with that, how you link the two?
Sure. When we look at the demographics of India, and especially nowadays, it appears that these people are different from the people of the Nile Valley, or more leaning toward Kush or Ethiopia.
Right.
Our great scholar, Sheikh Anthony Shay, advised us, or gave us the understanding that there were two types of Africans. You had with phenotypes, but really there are several different phenotypes of Africans. You have the broad type, which is what they're calling woolly hair, which is really curly hair, and or tight curly hair, and the broad pheno features such as the nose and lips, eyes, so forth and so on. And then you also have the Africans with alpine features. They have sharper nose, crisp chin, and some of them have silky straight hair. But when you get to the original people of the Indus Valley, who are now the most oppressed and denigrated people people in the Indus Nile Valley, these people have been termed by the name of the Dasa, meaning the despicable. These downtrodden people, when you look at them, you will see that they do have the broad features, the woolly hair, and the broad nose. And they were the originators of the Indus Nile Valley. Of the Indus Kush Valley. However, the Aryans, which were Europeans that came out of Iran, the Iranians, those were Europeans that had settled in the land of Iran. And as they came with their warlike ways, with their weapons of war and their chariots with horses driven on them, they came with a swift and striking mighty blow with the sword, and they took down the original kings and queens of that particular area. They subdued it, and they began to change the cosmology and the scriptural books to fit their particular phenotype. So this is why when you look at the Indus Nile Valley and you look at the deities, they all appear to be anglicized, because they are. But those same deities of India are the same deities of ancient Kemet. Not only in India, but we can go all over the planet Earth. There are 12,478,118,400,000 inches, 196,940,000 square miles on the planet Earth, and the black man and black woman has been on every inch and every square mile. And so when we look at the spiritual cosmology of all of the indigenous original inhabitants of the planet Earth, we will find that all of the cosmologies have an affinity to each other. So I hope that gives you some clarification.
Okay. The term revolutionary, for some people, they see, as you say, you make no apology, and I'm not asking you to. But the term revolutionary, for some, it implies it has a negative connotation for some, and for some, it's a positive connotation. Why? In what ways do you end up classifying yourself as a revolutionary? What is the actions that denote that term?
Okay. Anyone today, and this is why, whether you're conscious of it or not, when you say, I am an African, you have just became a revolutionary, whether you realize that or not. And the reason we say that is because of this. The African is at war. There has been a war waged on Africans since the very day of inception of Europeans coming across the hot Arabian desert into the mainlands of Asia and into the heart of Africa. There has been a war from these cave dwellers. They have placed war on us. And so they have outlawed the true African. The true African has been outlawed on the planet Earth. And every other ethnicity has joined in with the European to destroy the African. And so when you realize, you say, wait a minute, I am an